So this is the entrance to Eddington on Madingley Road. Multiple stage crossing, which is quite poor, which then smoothly blends onto this cycleway. So all the key roads seem to have a 2.1 metre cycleway, a pedestrian pavement, sometimes undergo separation with this green and trees, and then the roads themselves, which are standard 6 metres, and then the same cycleway and pavement on the other side. One feature though is that at every crossing there's this arrangement, and at every side road we technically lose priority. I mean, it's so near so far, so much could have been done better here in terms of what the Dutch would do, which is just continue the cycleway across. So you get this bump every time. But nonetheless, there is separation from traffic, which is very welcome. So on the right hand side here we have the Athena development, which is, I believe, part of the commercial part of the development. There's a mixture of commercial and university. On the left we have a primary school with this sort of cycle parking. The primary school is a sort of circular arrangement with the children able to look outside all the time, apparently. Again we have this arrangement. Very poor crossing here. I've seen vehicles blocking this cycleway. So, I mean, it's so near yet so far. This could have just been done a lot better. So we're now on Turing Way. Again we've got the Athena development on the right. On the left here is going to be a hotel. And we're now into the key worker and mixed university housing. As you can see, there's some car parking, there's a lot of cycle parking. Apparently it's going to be 12,000 spaces in total. We're about to come to the Ridgeway. Same here again, the cycleway just sort of disappears and merges into this area. So this is the Ridgeway, which is going to go all the way, and then that will head back into town. There's OFO bikes around here. So again we've got the cycleway continuing. I mean, there's a lot of poles and a lot of just general sort of visual mess, really, I think is how I'd describe it. So there you see we've actually lost priority. It's really silly in a new development. All these crossings are completely at right angles, so there's no sort of smoothness of the way that it goes around. So this section is part of Girton College. As you can see from the crest, there's the number C3. I suppose it's like a corridor. And we have the bins, which are underground bins, so that there's no wheelie bins anywhere. There's a chip sensor in them, which basically means that it detects when there's new people. So we'll go left here. Again, we've got Girton College. You see there's use of SUD, Sustainable Urban Drainage System, which basically soaks up the water. I guess there'll be a pavement on the right here for this key worker housing again. Yeah, so there's the entrance to Girton's Wells Court. And as you can see, quite a bit is actually now occupied. In general, it seems to be pretty attractive housing. Cycle parking generally near the entrances, which is good. So here's the Ridgeway again that we passed the other side. So this area is a sort of postgraduate working area. So there's sort of outside benches. And this is what's called the market. There apparently aren't going to be market stalls, but there's a currently very commercial Sainsbury's and doing the Argos pickup point. And there are these sort of benches. These are going to be outlets. I don't think these benches are very practical to lean against. But, these chairs, which are a feature of Barcelona actually, very similar, it's exactly the same design. Again, you've got these bin things, lots of bits of cycle parking all around. As I say, apparently there's going to be 12,000 spaces. There are apparently going to be 3,000 dwellings in total, plus some commercial area in terms of, yeah, some underground parking there. This is still being built. Yeah, so 3,000 dwellings, a community centre, there's primary and junior school and nursery rather, and there is also going to be some sort of, in phase 8, some sort of commercial sort of research area kind of thing. This is the combined heat and power thing which powers the whole site. Apparently there are 2 backup boilers in there, but essentially each house doesn't have its own boiler, it's a shared boiler system. So you can see these local streets don't have any sort of cycling infrastructure, that they probably don't need it. We're going to Burkitt Walk, which looks like quite a pleasant sort of area. Sorry about the rain. But yeah, so this is obviously still not quite finished because you can't quite get through, but all seems very pleasant. I guess these here are cycle lockers, which looks good. And this sort of communal area here looks quite nice. So we came in from Huntingdon Road. I'll now head towards Madingley Road, which is a similarly terrible junction that really is not really giving the message that this is a cycle-friendly area. So again, you can see there's not really the sense of priority at the side road here. The cycleway sort of exists, so we can't go that way. So, rather awkward. Admittedly, some of this is still under construction, but you know, it's clear that this could have been actually done to a better standard in terms of Dutch infrastructure. See the number of signs. Essentially, the cycleway starts and cycleway ends every time there's this crossing here. Which is really not, it's really over the top. And every time there's this bump, and just a lot of visual clutter and mess, essentially, it feels like. So if I want to cross over here, I will do so, but it's not very easy. I seem not to have priority at the crossing. And so we have this cycleway. So as you can see, a cycleway on both sides. We're heading towards Madingley Road. Again, apologies for the rain. So I've measured this. I think it's I measured 6.5 of my feet, which makes about 2.1 meters, I believe. Bus stop bypass, I suppose we have here. Highly controversial, but works perfectly. And yet more of this sort of giveaway arrangement. I assume this is because of some particular UK requirement for the way that pedestrian crossings need to work. But between the cycleway and the pavement, there's only a very slight sort of centimetre upstand. It's not what you call a forgiving curve, but that said, so there's a very slight bump if I were to go on that accidentally. But essentially, I think you could cycle side by side perfectly fine. So we're now heading to. We're approaching Madingley Road, essentially the edge of the development. As you can see, it now merges me back into the road. We don't have the kind of proper Dutch crossing, and we have a truly horrible 4-stage crossing. For me to get over to the other side of the road, I would have to basically do this crossing here, another one there, and the same thing there. I mean, this is really could have been done much better. This is very poor. Got these kind of right turns, stop at everyone. So really, to cross diagonally, essentially, I have to go through four stopping points where I have to press the button in theory and wait, and then wait again, cross, wait again. And we're now in West Cambridge, which is an existing development.